Hello, 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 wherever you happen to be on this gleeful planet we humans call Earth. I hope you are having a scintillating day, evening, or night, wherever you are. Welcome to my channel. The software that I'm using, one of the top 10 on the planet, Blender. Well, Blender is like the Swiss Army knife of the 3D packages. It can do a little bit of everything, but it's not a master of any. My topic for the day is dealing with modeling. So, if you are a member or if you are a user of Maya, Cinema 4D, Houdini, 3ds Max, and etc., you still are welcome to stay. My topic for the day is not Wonder Woman. It's dealing with, when we make humanoid figures, it's dealing with that pelvis area. The area that I'm circling right here. I should get it is that pelvis area. Now, if a person is a proportional size and weight, their legs should not touch. You know, if the rotund or large size, yes, the thighs may touch. But if if your weight is proportional to your height, your legs should never touch, just like with Wonder Woman. Or, touch if you split them apart, like here. If I bring them close together, my knees will touch. But I'm saying, if you make that V shape that she have here, let me highlight that. Let me see if I can change the color of this to a better color. I'll make it red. Yes. Maybe green will do. That is better. If you had that V shape like I have right here, your pelvis area should never touch or join. So we got that out the way. So my topic, as I said, is dealing with figures where the pelvis don't touch. Now, I'm going to go, after I get rid of Wonder Woman, I'm going to bring up something that I use with the skin modifier. We're going to see a weakness of a model. I just have a simple humanoid shape, nothing fancy, nothing very incredible, just a humanoid shape. We already see, looking at that pelvis area, if you're using the skin modifier, the pelvis, it's like it's touching. It's not like a Wonder Woman where it has that horizontal line. And this person or this humanoid looks like he's a proportional height and weight. He's not rotund. He's not thick. He should have a little gap. He should have a little gap right where I'm circling at, where that part don't touch. So that's a weakness of the skin modifier. If you want to make something simple and fast and rig it, and just to view the animation, I guess the skin modifier it's a worthy tool, but it's not a good tool when you're making a true humanoid shape, where you don't want them legs touching each other. All right, so we got that out the way. Now let me bring up some demonstration that I've done. Here's my first figure right here. I'm gonna show you, and this is the way I used to do it in the past. I'm gonna show you the weakness of this. I have to go to edit mode. Let me click on my figure first. Go to edit mode. Right there. Now, the thing I didn't like about this, you see how the squares get, they're not proportional. I didn't like that. They're not proportional. And it's another weakness of it too. You see right here under the bottom, when I subdivide it, I have to highlight the sections that I want. But let me highlight the section that I want, and we're going to see how I look in the mirror room. the mirror. When I put mirror on, I wanna put it in give it a best. I'll put it on. I'm gonna select the faces. I hit my C key. Oops, too much. Get out of that. Bring it up here like that. Okay, now I can do the area that I want. The C key. Make it. Okay. I want that right there. I don't want this right here. What else? Okay, I have to get rid of some other stuff that I don't want to. Okay, let me just go around it to make sure I didn't highlight this for my accident. Okay, so I have that that's selected. Now I'm gonna put it back in my little front view, my left view, to make it look better. Now I'm gonna hit E to just extrude the legs. Get that in. Bring it down. Let me go up some. Control Z. I extrude it down a little bit, make it a little bit longer. Get it in a little. That's to make it look a little bit believable. I just want to scale it in, not that much. Okay, that's a good scale in. Alright, so now I'm going to go back to object mode. I'm going to use the mirror modifier. I got him highlighted. I want to put him to the center. And then I want to put him right in the center where I got this because when I use the mirror modifier, I like to use empties. So I'm gonna hit Shift S, selection of cursor. Alright, he's there. He's at the cursor. Now I can use the mirror modifier. Alright. Okay, right where I want it. I clicked on modifiers, choose add modifier, choose mirror, and I want to get my empty. And I'm gonna do Y. Okay, there we go. Alright, so that don't look too bad. Let me compare him to Wonder Woman. How do I bring out my Wonder Woman? I can hide humanoid one. Put it back to front, left. Alright, there's Wonder Woman. So that's a little gap right there. Let me bring up my human one. Now, to my eyes, it looked like the gap space was too wide to me. If he was an actual human, that'd probably be like 6 centimeters. You don't have 6 centimeters or 2 inches of a gap right there. So I'm gonna show you the pitfalls of using this now. Of my old method is the pitfall. I'm gonna hide my mirror. Hide that. I can hide Wonder Woman. Let me go back to edit mode. Now, one way I did that, see, I would have to but I'm gonna show you. I can't go back. I can't correct it. Even if I highlight them and I subdivided it. See, I got with my subdivision. Let me go under there. Pick somewhere. You see, I got some other geometry under here, but I can't make no correction to the leg because I already got the legs extended. So with my old method, once I pulled that leg out, that was it. No matter how many more subdivisions I got, I cannot go back unless I try to, wig it so the legs can fit. I'll have to do that, but see, like, I'll give an example of what I mean. Let me do this. Try to get the legs to fit, but it still won't work. See, I'm gonna give an example of what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna pull out a couple of these. I do that. Let me go down and get a couple of these to show you what I mean. The idea still won't work because I had to do a lot more work. See here. Let me put it back to where I had it. Left. I'm extruded. You see the extrusion? You see that there's a gap there. So I would have to here. You see that when I extruded that leg, that little portion? Can you remember? I used the scaling on his legs to make it look almost like a real leg. But now, if I want to close that little gap between his legs, I can't do it because I would have to work harder now. I could probably snap it to the leg. Let me see if I hit I could hit let me do this. I'll put it back to left. I probably could hit with this up here. What's it called? Not proportional editing, the snapping. Snap. Let me see what happens if I snap it right there. GY. Okay, so snap it did. Okay, so snapping does help. So it's not that bad. How does it look though if I go around it? I don't know. How does it look? Okay, it looks like it fit. But it looks like it's a different color of gray. But it fits so. But the snapping didn't work the way I wanted it to work though. Look. Because you see this line right here? When I did the snapping, it cut. It's not vertical like these other lines are. This line is vertical to this line. When I did the snapping, this line right here is no longer vertical, I'm sorry, parallel. It's no longer parallel. It intersects the line right. It intersects the other line right here. So that may not be the best way. It may not be the best. Let me go back up here and let me see how well I can do it proportional. The snapping tool. Let me go back on where I had it. Oh, and see, if I clicked off the vertices, I clicked, so I have to go back. See, look right here. You see that right there? Oh, but I should have said snap to the face. I wonder if that'll work. But I have to go back in the head a lot. See, when you make an error, you have to go back a lot when you make that error. So I'm going to choose snapping up here. Then I'm going to choose face. And let's see what happened now. Grab. Wow. Let's see if it snapped to the face. I don't know. See? It's still not a perfect snap. I have to eyeball it. Okay, so it's possible. It's possible. But it's a lot of work. I discovered something simpler, people. Something far simpler. Alright, so I can get rid of this human. Number 1. I'm going to bring up human 2. My will, the 1, my pride and joy. We bring it down. I didn't do no subdivisions or nothing yet. But I am going to do I'm going to subdivide it because I want to use the mirror modifier. So let me hit A, okay, well, I have to go back to object mode. I have to select this. Then I have to go back to edit mode. Now, okay, so it is subdivided. I'm going to put it on X-ray mode. And I cut the piece that I don't want right here. So now I can hit X, faces. Take off of that. Put it back to where I had it. Alright, so we got it right there, so that's good. Now, I'm going to show you the magic that I love. We still in edit mode. I thought this a couple days ago. I'm going to highlight this face and this face. Then I'm going to hit P. Then I'm going to choose selection. Alright, so it's cut from there. We can prove it by going back to object mode. I'm going to click on it. Click on it. And let me see if I can move it. So it's a separate entity. Separate. Now let me go back to edit mode. Edit. So it's already set. Well, let me put it back to the view that I love right here. Let me go back to this. I want to select one side. I want to select both of these right here, this and this. And now, I only need to subdivide that one section, not the top body part. So I'm going to right click, hit subdivide. Whoa. I don't want to I'm sorry, I didn't want to subdivide. I just want to add a loop cut. But the loop not going to cut the whole thing because remember, it's a separate entity. So I hit Control R for loop cut. And there it is. And then I can estimate where do I want to put it at. I'll put it right here. Right there. Then I'm going to show you some other beauties to it too. There's some other wonderful features to this. Right there. So now let me go back to object mode. And let me go back to my I want to add the mirror. I hope there's that center. Is it? Oh yeah, it's right there center. So I can easily use my but even if it wasn't at center, you would just have to approximate where you want to put your empty. But you know it's easy to put the empty in the center. That makes everything so much easier. So I do mirror. I'm going to choose my empty. Then I'm going to choose Y. Oh, but see, that's when I want to choose Y. Then I'm going to go up to my body. I have to get a mirror too. Sorry about that, people. Mirror. I choose my empty again. And let's choose Y. And now I got the whole figure. Now I can click back there and hit my bottom. Right at the bottom. Go. Well, let me make sure I had the bottom. Click right the bottom part. Go back to edit. And you see right there, I want to put it back in face select mode. And let me extend it now and see how I look. I'm not going to go too far with this one. I don't want to hold nobody up. Let me see E. And see, look at that. And it's a nice little gap right there. But if you're not set it, I can make it even better. See, you remember the other one? If I didn't like that little gap, that little between the pelvis area, I would have to make I had to do a lot of work. But not here, because remember, I'm still in extrude mode. I didn't choose it. I'm just getting an idea, so I just hit that. I don't like it. So now, if I don't like the placement of that line, that little teeny line right there, I just can put it in add select mode. Select this line. Select that line. Go right here and choose edge slide. I just move my edge wherever I want. If edge slide work. I know I have trouble working on this edge slide thing. I'm sorry about that. But all you gotta do is use edge slide. I got it to work earlier. Edge slide. Oh, there. Oh, and that's one more thing you gotta do too. See? That's something else you gotta do. Let me hit Control Z a couple times. You gotta make sure you get rid of all your sub. You gotta make sure you get the overlapping vertices. You know, every time you do a mesh, you always have those vertices. So I want to go up here to mesh, choose cleanup, and merge by distance. And we see at the bottom 6 vertices removed. Now I should be able to do my edge select now. Click somewhere. Click right here. Click right here. Right click. Edge slide. And I can move my. I see. Oh, it's doing a lot of movement. I don't want to move it that much. I want to move it a little bit more. Oh, I still got it on what you call it? It's the snapping tool, so I do that. Now, right click, edge slide, and you see, I'm controlling my gap. I'm just exaggerating to give you an idea that if you don't like the gap between, you know, and that crouch area, look, you can make adjustments easy. Because remember, when I did the extrude, I never gave it the final okay. So let me put it back to where I was. I want to put it back so I can see the whole figure. Well, let me put it back. I want to select the faces. I want to select the faces. And hit the tilde key, put it back to left. Now it's going to be, and it's still in mirror mode. Watch, it's going to be a bigger gap. This a bigger gap. See, look at that. Let me zoom out. See, that's what I like, people. I'm just exaggerating. I'm just exaggerating with my gap. But the thing I love now, see, it was easy for me to, with this new version, it was easy for me to move the gap around without a whole lot of fighting. I had to do a whole lot of fighting because, remember, I used loop cuts on a separate plane piece. And then when I did extrude, I never gave it the final acceptance command. And now, here comes the last part. So you see, if I click on the top torso part, it's separate. You see that? It's separate. Or was it separate? You see? Yeah. It's separate from that the leg part. So what I want to do now is just join them. If you never used join, see now joining has a, if you never used join before, now you got a purpose for join. Now I'm gonna hit Control J for join. Let me write that up here for some of the people to join. I'm using my mouse, so my writing is not perfect. To join. To join your meshes. And I guess you can hear my mouse clicking. ES. You must hit Control and J. And that should take care of it. I think I've done it. Let me do it again. Just to be on the safe side. Let me see if I can move this. So it's a, you see my pieces are moving together. Originally, before I did all that, Control J, I'm getting rid of all of this. I'm going to separate everything again. You see, it's it's separate. It's separate. Because remember, I hit, when I was in the edit mode, I hit P. I hit that P key to make a separate selection. Now, I got everything I want. I want to end it by joining it. Control, then J. And let's move it now. And you see, it's a separate thing. You remember, it's still on mirror mode. I didn't make mirror permanent. But I guess in my demonstration, I could make the mirror permanent. Okay, it's permanent. Now it should move one large entity. And that's the beauty of it, people, now. So when you make your crouch, the crouch for your humanoid figure, or your ape-like figure, or your primate-like figure, you want to make that crouch for your anything that walk on two legs. Anything that want to walk on two legs, you make the crouch. You know how to do it easily now, without no fighting. Thank you for stopping by. This idea that came to me a couple days ago is a big help to me now in the future. Making that crotch. I don't have to worry about all my vertices and all that stuff. One more thing before I go. Let's check out the edit mode. And you see, look at this. It looks nice and clean. That's number 2. Let's go to 1. Let's look at human 1. Edit mode. Well, I got to select them first. Let me select it. Select it. Select the humanoid. Let's go to the edit mode. You see, I had to make far more subdivisions here. Far more. Look at that. Far more subdivisions here for this. Let me go back to let me go back to object mode again. Let me take it off this and let me go to human 2. So human 2, click on it. Let's go to edit mode. You see that? And now I'm gonna see how my vertices. I'm gonna see how it look when I subdivide it. I'm gonna hit A and subdivide it. And you see, look at that. The subdivision looks cleaner. So it's a clean. Now I didn't use the armatures yet. I gotta see how I work with the armatures. But at least for now, you know how I look. I ain't tried with the armatures yet. You know, armatures, it could be a little error in it. But at least if you want to start off with that mesh, you know what to do now. So thank you for stopping by. I hope you learned something today. Keep pushing, keep learning like I do. I don't stop. Till the next time in the family, peace.